Hello everyone. We have discussed about outcome-based education, the advantages of outcome-based education. Then we discussed about the curriculum. Now we'll discuss on how the curriculum is being designed generally and what is the way in which the curriculum has to be actually designed. The moment any faculty or any person is being asked to design a curriculum, the first and foremost thing that they do is go to other university websites, check out on what is being the course content that is being delivered, identify that, see what is there with the second university, third university, fourth university, try to mix them up. Whatever is the feel good factor that the particular faculty or the individual who is framing the curriculum has for that particular course, will add on those components. Now, once we add on those components, we think of what is deliverable, and when we think of what is deliverable, many a times we become selfish. We think of what is that I can deliver in this particular course and try to add on those components, and somewhere we find difficulties, we eliminate those topics. However, they are really important or not important. Some of the topics get eliminated. This is one of the major problems. Then what is the next step? We are all talking about outcome-based education. Since we are all talking about outcome-based education, our focus will be on outcome mapping. Oh, we need to map the course outcomes. We need to map the program outcomes. So we have decided on the course content. After deciding on the course content, we are trying to write the course outcome statements because we have to write it. Try to correlate the course outcome statement with the course content. Done. After that, we have to write the course objectives. So write the course objectives. Now, without really understanding the difference between the course objective and the course outcome, we ventured into writing the course objectives and the outcomes. Then we go back and we have to try and map it to the program outcome statements. Once this mapping is done, okay, my job is done, we'll go ahead with it. A list of courses have been decided, and then the program outcome statements are there. We have mapped the content, we put it across, and we have to prepare a table of program outcome mapping with the courses. So we go ahead with mapping. We don't venture into understanding what is the level of each of the program outcomes which have been mapped to the courses. What percentage of courses map to the particular program outcome? Then we feel probably if some institution is entering into it, they'll go back, okay, this is not really balancing it out, so we'll try to balance, we'll try to add few more courses. But since we have already decided on the number of courses, we would not be able to do much of flexibility there. Retain it, leave it. In many of the cases, when we think of accreditations, that is when we start thinking of the requirements in terms of program educational objective mapping, the vision mission mapping, and so on and so forth. Since we have started off with the content preparation, then we go on with the course outcome statements, course objectives, program outcomes, program educational objectives. Then we are trying to map it to the vision and the mission statement. The mapping will never happen because we have started from the bottom and we are trying to move up. Whereas the curriculum design procedure is always a top-down approach. Now, what do we mean by top-down approach? The first and the foremost thing that we need to focus on is the vision and the mission of the institute. If it is a university, it is the university. Then the vision and the mission of the department. Then comes the program educational objectives that we are intending to. Then comes the program outcomes. Finally, the course objectives, course outcomes, and then comes the course content writing, which is the last step. But unfortunately, most of us start with the last step and try to reach the top, but that never works. So, what do we do? Always start with what is the vision mission statement that you have. With respect to the vision mission, your program education objectives should be mapping. Only then think of what is the program outcome. Fortunately, for the engineering stream and the polytechnics, there is Washington Accord, there is Sydney Accord, which give us the outcome statements, the program outcome statements. So we have to stick to them, and they are beautifully designed. I'll tell you, each of these statements have been adjudicated, have been given a lot of weightage, and have been designed. Just sticking on to these statements will be more than sufficient enough for us to develop the right kind of graduates. Now, after that, start with the course objectives. Why do you want to teach that particular course? And there is one more important step which we need to look at. That is, list down all the courses that you want to deliver and the program outcomes that you have. Decide on the mapping that you want to deliver at the level of 3, 2, 1, whatever methodology you want to follow. And then see how many courses you are delivering it at what level. Once you know what percentage of courses are mapping to, and then you feel there is some area for improvement, then you can add more number of courses, or you can set up different expectations. Once you are done with the expectation from each course with respect to the program outcome attainment, then go ahead with the course objective writing. Then comes the course outcomes. Then finally, the course content based on the course outcome statement that you have written. Now, what is the difference between objective and the outcome? Please understand one important thing here. Whenever we say objective, it is always from the teacher's point of view. It is the teacher who is going to deliver, has to define what is the objective of his to deliver that particular class, to deliver that particular content. And outcome is what student will be able to do after studying the course. This is the difference between the objective and the outcomes. So whenever we say program educational objective or course objective, it is always the teacher's point of view. It is the institute's point of view. And what is that you want to deliver to the students? And whenever we say outcomes, either program outcomes or course outcomes, it is always about what is that you are expecting a student to perform after the completion of the course. Now, this is what is important. And this is the process which we need to follow while designing the curriculum. Eventually, we will also have to talk about the credits that we want to give. You need to decide on how many credits you are going to give to the particular course based on your vision for the course. Now, once we have designed the content, next step is going to be to provide the recommended resources for study. Once we have recommended the resources, the next important thing is we have to define the evaluation methodologies that we are going to use in that particular course. Once we define the resources, then we define the evaluation methodologies. That is where the completion part comes in, wherein we are going to define what are the attainment levels that you are expecting from the student to clear that particular subject. If the student does not reach the required level of attainment, then he or she will be detained in that particular subject. So this is something which has to be clearly defined in our curriculum. Only then we can say we have a more stable curriculum which will be used for the betterment of the student life. Now, we have discussed how to go about designing a curriculum. In the future videos, we'll see how to go about with the rest of the parameters in terms of pedagogy, in terms of evaluation methodologies, and so on. Thank you. Please do comment, like, share, and subscribe. For more related videos, log on to www.dhirendra digital solutions.in. The link is available below.